Hey, what's going on, fellow gamers? This is Days, and yes, I'm a huge Need for Speed fan, and this is one of my most anticipated games this year. I've got a few tips for the more difficult races I've encountered, but before that...
Boom by 8, Nick. Let's go.
Sorry, I had to do that. Anyway, I've noticed that this race caused me to repeat it many times over for more than 2 hours until it finally occurred to me that tuning my handling and performance is necessary to finish this one. I imagine I'm not the only one who's been having problems with this race. So here are a few tips to make your life easier, or a bit easier. So I went over back to the garage and tuned my handling slightly towards grip, which helps a lot better than drift at high RPMs. And this is something that is completely personal. You need to experiment with this system on your own until you find your own comfort zone and understand it yourself. My comfort zone is in the middle, but slightly towards drift, because I like it that way. But that way did not really work for me in this race, since it was all about staying at very high speeds, and that's why I tuned it a bit more to grip. Now, what's just as important as handling tuning is choosing the right performance parts for your races, mainly the forced induction, which varies between the Turbocharger and the Supercharger. Now, the Supercharger is pretty good for tight street races that might involve a lot of cornering and drifting, basically helping the car produce more power at lower RPMs. However, the Turbocharger is what helped me stand a chance in this race, which packs the car with a lot more horsepower and torque, resulting in a lot of power and top speed at high RPMs. It was honestly a game changer in this race, considering it was one of the first hard mode races in this game, or the first hard race with Amy, since I was going towards the build path with Amy. And speaking of Amy, you might want to try cheesing her when you get the chance, because she is the quickest of all in this race. Considering that she's just driving a 180 SX, is just, she's owning all the exotic cars around us. And you know, that's a good thing. You can just buy whatever car you want and tune it so you can just race any other exotic or super car. It doesn't matter what car you have, as long as you drive good, you'll do well. And all cars can be just as powerful as any exotic car in this game, which is really, really cool. So yeah, she is quick. She is very quick. I got lucky at the end of the race, and she kind of crashed or hit a car or something, I can't remember, and it made it a little bit easier on me to win the race. But nonetheless, these tips should make your life a lot more easier. Having a supercharger in general at speed-related, in speed-related races is not a good idea. You definitely want to go for a turbocharger when it comes to extremely high-speed races, and you'll feel the difference. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Thought I'd post this video, help some of you guys out. And I was thinking of making a video about exhaust systems in this game, and you know, mainly changing, visually changing the exhaust actually changes the sound of your car. And I just thought it was really interesting, and we've never seen any of that in a racing game before. So I might look into that in one of the videos. Let me know if you want to see some of that. That is it for today, and have a great night, considering it's always nighttime in Need for Speed. See ya.